Welcome guys to a new video on Vecht's channel. My name is Dave and I'm doing a depot for him because I got first and second place two different OTS's. I got on Saturday I got first place in Spijkenis at YUGI-WANG and then second place in Arnhem in Gamers Paradise. Where actually the first place person also played the exact same list as us because me and Thomas has been trying to innovate this deck a little bit. There are some things that you can try to make better, which I'll be talking about in this list, but it's mostly the list that I believe got first place at YUGI Providence, only like a few changes here and there based on the meta course, of course. And so yeah, so let's go head into the deck profile. So we both played RYZEAL Fiendsmith, not RYZEAL Fiendsmith, RYZEAL MITSURUGI, of course. MITSURUGI is not really new at this point anymore, but it's the TCG exclusive that has been really strong in this format, which I think is really differentiates the format between OCG and Master Duel from the TCG, because in TCG is just a powerhouse. And so we played the two Eyes, we played the two Hexed, and we played the two Sword. These are just like powerhouse cards. One Ice, if it's left uninterrupted, can already break an entire board by itself. X is the most insane engine card in this entire game, where it is a board breaker and a starter, of course, and then Sword, which is the best extender, and it's even started on its own. Normally, you will be awkward when you find Sword RYZEAL to normal summon. In this case, it isn't that awkward, since even if you do it, you bridge to MITSURUGI and you just get endless bodies anyway. So that really doesn't matter that much anymore. And then we played the 1-star RYZEAL and the 1-note RYZEAL. You really need to start to play our draw Lockwood a little bit better. And the note, of course, because it gives two bodies on its own. Like the star actually gives you a little bit more combo potential, combo plays that are really intriguing. So that's why we play it. But of course, it's always sided out post game 1 if you go second or 4. Then for consistency cards, of course this deck got a consistency hit on the ban list, so we played 3-7 Tachyon. You need this in order to actually play your RYZEAL cards consistently down. In this case, you essentially play 6 acts, like you will see in a moment. You play then 6 Eyes and 6 X. Searching X is always one of the best cards you can search, of course. And yeah, we were thinking about playing Smallwood because Smallwood actually bridges to MITSURUGI too. And Tachyon only bridges to RYZEAL cards. The difference is that RYZEAL already bridges so easily into MITSURUGI and are the more powerful engine to play boards. That you don't mind the difference, and it's actually an upside that you put a card back instead of banishing it, because some of the bridges you don't really want to get rid of in your deck with Smallwood. So that's why we played 7 Tachyon, and then of course the 1 Bonfire, just the easier and the better search spell than 7 Tachyon, of course. Then 1 Quas, which is the brick but also a really good end board piece that you need in this deck, of course. And then for the MITSURUGI cards, I played 3 Habakiri. I really like this card a lot. Lots of people are like, oh, but you can only use its effect once per game, and that's sort of true. So like on the second turn, it's that card to your hand, and then yeah, but if you normal summon a card from your hand, and it got negated, then it's also gone. But at least you have the body. But in this case, you can just tribute it away with players and stuff. There's endless amounts of things that you can do with this card. Just a really good powerhouse. You try to bridge into it, but if you don't need to bridge into it because you choose hard draw it, then it's really good. And this engine also bridges into MITSURUGI if you really want to. Then the Ame no Murokumo. You play this just as a little bit of a payoff. It's one of the most. It's just a Raigeki on legs. It lights you up on this card. It's a really strong piece. And just with the MITSURUGI cards right now, it's far easier to bridge into them and play it consistently than before the new support in Alien, of course. Then for the Vickers, we played 1 Aramasa, 1 Saji, 1 Kusanagi. The reason why we actually play Aramasa, because Aramasa can be a little bit cuttable, is sometimes when you special summon X and it got negated, and then you have like you just dump this with ritual spell, and then add back like a Saji or like a Kusanagi to hand, so you have a dedicated normal summon for you to play with. Or what other people would try to do more, I believe, is like you special summon X, you special summon sword, and then they stop the sword, because it's essentially like if you stop the sword, then you get rid of two bodies in one because you don't have access to eyes. Um, and it's the correct one if you have like two hand traps to stop. Because if you, for example, have X and then they have sword, and then they just might do it, right, of course. But yeah, so we want to play like three names, of course. It comes up where this actually like searches Umurukumo, summons from hand, like lots of things that happens with it. And then the one Nightshard Serpent, you need this to bridge into Mitsurugi really consistently. And I think this break is not negotiable. You need to play this in RYZEAL Mitsurugi. But I know lots of people haven't been playing this card, but I think this is mandatory for you in order to play this deck consistently. Then the three prayers, of course, and War Piece, but also really like a good starter on its own. Of course, it's the worst starter of them all because you already went through the spell once, but so be it. And then we play one of us the ritual spell, just because you need to have it. Like it's just a really crack card, and you can recycle back anyway with Kusanagi. Then we played for the hand traps. We played 3 Ash Blossom. I think Ash Blossom in this format is a little bit awkward. It's not the best hand trap anymore that it used to be, but it's just a charm out in my opinion. Then we played 3 Draw and Lockbird. Just the main hand trap of this format. I wouldn't play, like I would play this in any deck in this format. 3 Nibiru. Like lots of people think Nibiru is bad or something, but I think as a standalone card it's also really like alright in certain matchups. So it's better than it used to be in previous formats. The 3 Furlos, of course. And then the hand job I think was the most wrong about it all is like the infinite permanence. I wouldn't play this anymore in the future. It was a mistake on my part. It was just a deck building issue, but it didn't really matter. It's nice if you pair against Blue Eyes and stuff, but against meta decks, the imperm is just like a neck one for you to play with. So yeah. And then for the remaining 2 cards, because we played for the 2 card deck, we just played the Callby and the Corset in the main. You just have lots of hand traps, and as long as your engine resolves, because they hand trap you back, of course. Just like I said, if you normal some nice, they like want to get like negate it, and you just squash out like the hand trap, then you're already good to go. And you would think, oh, but like if you don't play an Imperm anymore, would you still play Crosshead? I would definitely do. Then we go for the extra deck. So we played the 2 dual, like the 2 dual drive. You still need to like send one from X from time to time, and then 1 detonator as your payoff, of course. Then King of the Pharaoh Imps in order for you to bridge into Mitsurugi, because you just had a Habakiri. The Dugaris, which is your generic rank 4 together with Granite that you just make on the end board, and then you make Eclipses with it, of course. Then the 1 Castel, because you need some white up and out that's not destruction based. Tornado Dragon comes up from time to time. Aggregator, of course, for the X out or like to break with X. Eclipse Range, which I just talked about. The Baguska, which is just like your panic button. And then we played the Ouroboros because you needed essentially like it's the mirrors and stuff. Like the mirrors are like like your end board is breakable in a lot of cases. Purely with engine, so you need something unfair to keep that in check. Then the 1 Masquerade because of the Saphatakion, and then the 2 links, which is like Dranamundo and the Lizard Rose. The Lizard Rose comes up a little bit often when you try to bridge with Mitsurugi into RYZEAL, because you want to get rid of your 2 level 8s on the board. So like either you go for like Drag Luxion. I had more success with Lizard Rose, but it's just up to you, whatever you want. So yeah. Then for the side deck, of course, I played 3 Art of Glancia, mainstay of this format, of course, with the amount of malice that's been being played. Then I played the 2 Meows, also to counteract that a little bit. So like I have like 5 cards that help me in that matchup, and like the theory of just like having 1 in 5 is really good, mathematically wise. Then I took Brillia because I just had the space for it, and it's just a fine multi-army still against RYZEAL. this is wrong about this song, in my opinion. Lightning Storm was really good in the beginning of the format, but this is as much as it used to be. So I've cut it ever since, and that's really it. And then the Trust package, so like Trust, the trap, and 2 other traps. Like, because you play Fubulos in the main, and when you go first you want to sign them out, you want to have something to like mix into it. So like, I generally do like 2 Trust and like the Deep Barrier, or like the Sanctum for like the Fubulos, and then I send something else out to warrant the Mitsurugi trap. So that's really it for the deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.